Hello there, Misfits. This is Kate.
And this is Kevin.
Welcome to Horrorwood. Bonus style.
Bonus edition.
We have a very special episode today because we have a very special guest today. I'm going to hold off before we introduce you because I want to tell the listeners that over the weekend, Kevin and I went on a little side quest to the movies and saw Crime 101.
Yep.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yes.
We did that. It was great. No, and we went out to dinner beforehand and had some not so great bar food.
I wasn't even going to mention the dinner because it was not very good.
Oh, I'm going to mention it.
Dry chicken tenders, but that's neither here nor there. If you have not seen Crime 101 yet, what are you doing? It's in theaters now, so you should all be going out and seeing it. But to give you a little rundown of what it's about, it's a thriller about a super hot jewel thief, played by Chris Hemsworth, who crosses paths with an insurance broker, played by Academy Award winner Halle Berry. We'll be talking about her more.
Yes.
And Mark Ruffalo plays Mark Ruffalo from Task, but also he plays a detective who's chasing this jewel thief.
Mm-hmm.
I do love Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, love Mark Ruffalo.
I do, but he is playing himself from Task.
I haven't seen that,
It's
so I'll
so
take your word
good.
for it.
It's so good. If the actors I just named aren't enough to lure you in, there's a great supporting cast, which includes our very special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I could talk now?
You can talk
Oh
now.
my goodness, I've been dying. I wanted to.
I wanted to make you feel.
Oh,
Betty's
Betty's here.
already entered
Betty
the
is
chat.
here. She's not the guest. I am. My name is Patrick Mulvey. Thanks
And
for having me, folks.
Thank you for being here. Would you like to tell people who you play?
Sorry.
As soon as you swallow your water.
So I play Phil, which I have 4 or 5 scenes with Halle Berry.
Sure do.
If you've seen the movie, she works at an insurance company, high-end insurance company, and she is dealing with a lot of white male privilege. And I am one of those gentlemen that is not too enjoyable for her to encounter.
Yeah, you're kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I think I've kind of made a career out of playing jerks, and my mom does not like it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of your
Totally.
roles because it's interesting how you're getting cast because
Yeah.
you're actually very delightful.
Thank you. Thanks.
Look at this charm.
I
Look at this
appreciate that. Hey,
charisma.
guys.
Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
It was very exciting to see you up there. And prior to Crime 101, you might have seen Patrick guest starring on any number of shows, including, but not limited to, Empire, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, This Is Us, Law and Order SVU.
Oh, wait.
Kevin is the biggest fanboy.
Okay, I've been binging this show,
SVU?
SV,
You know,
which is probably
there's
doesn't
a
sound
lot of
healthy.
fans.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a big thing.
that's amazing. Can I ask you what episode
So
you
it
were
was
in?
like, I think 5 or 6 episodes ago.
Oh, recently.
Recently, yeah,
Okay.
this season.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not caught up, but I'll go back. I'll go watch it.
Oh,
I
my
love
mom
it.
freaked out. It's her favorite show. She made me take a picture with
Oh my
Mariska. It was a
gosh.
whole thing. Yeah.
So into it.
Amazing. I did not specifically tell you, Kevin, that he was on that because I wanted to tell you.
You wanted my
here.
raw reaction.
And we
Love
got
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. For those of you watching, it was good.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, what? And then, of course, one of mine and Matt's favorite shows, The Pitt.
The Pit.
Where you play such a jerk.
Such an asshole.
So we'll talk about The Pit in a minute.
Yeah.
Basically, if you've watched TV in the last 10 years, you have likely seen Patrick's face on the screen. We both enjoyed Crime 101.
I loved it. It
It's
was
a-
such a great ride.
I'm so
It's
glad.
a good
Yeah.
popcorn movie. It's fun.
I agree.
And I like seeing it in the theaters just because, like, I like the atmosphere of a movie theater.
Oh, the chase scenes.
Like,
I mean, there's
yeah,
a lot of
it's like-
action.
Yeah.
It's heist. It's thriller. You gotta be with the audience for
Who
it.
doesn't want to watch Chris Hemsworth be that beautiful and that big? It's actually disheartening.
He's a-
disheartening as an actor.
He's a stunning man.
There is nothing more humbling than watching Chris Hemsworth face and then you're in the next scene and it's your fucking face. Let me tell you.
And you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So that's even
I'm an
Oh, shit.
ugly asshole. Yeah.
Did you see that the Washington Post listed Crime 101 in an article of movies to watch with your kids?
What?
And here's their description. They give a little warning. This is direct quote. Guns are used to threaten, beat, and kill. There are blood spatters and bloody wounds, and characters are slammed, punched, and bloodied. A woman is attacked. She ends up with a black eye. And there are vehicle chases, crashes, and more. A pornographic website is shown with suggestive images and brief nudity. Characters kiss and lie in bed after sex. A character employs a sex worker, and there's sex-related dialogue. Language also includes many uses of. And then it proceeds to list every curse word known to man.
This is in the same article where they say bring your kids?
It's movies to watch with your kids.
They must have ran out of movies. I mean, I want everyone to go see this movie. I think it's really good. But don't bring your kids.
I thought it was hilarious. To be fair, they do say, sorry, I just dropped my headphones, so you're hearing a lot of clips and things.
You're seeing this happen in real time.
Yeah, we're real here. They do say 15 and older, but
okay.
I thought that was hilarious.
Or if your kids are grown adults, they're like 30 and you're 70. Let's do that.
Yeah. It's the new family film. Everyone's going to be watching it on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I laughed so hard at
It's
that.
a Wonderful Life, Home Alone, Crime 101.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's the order. Can you talk about what your audition process was like for this role?
Yeah, I wish it was a more interesting story, really. So I'm really setting this up like it's going to be a thrilling tale. I had an audition come through for a self-tape.
I was going to ask if it was initially a self-tape.
It was just a self-tape. I did it in 2 takes, sent it off. It was 2 scenes, 2 of the 4 that are in the movie. I had a really good time doing it. I remember when I was cut, you for those of you that aren't actors, you self-tape at home and then you send it off to casting, and sometimes you hear, sometimes you never hear. Most of the times you never hear.
Most of the time, yeah.
But I remember like right when I read it being like, oh, I kind of get what kind of asshole they want here. And then we're like cutting it together. And I remember shouting to my wife, she was in her office and I was in mine. I was like, I think I kind of like this asshole. Like, I mean, at least I'm enjoying what I'm doing with it. And then I didn't hear anything for like 3 or 4 months. And
I was going to ask how long between your first audition and to the part where you landed, like when you actually landed the role.
So, a lot of times in theater you hear in a couple weeks, or in film and TV, you hear by the end of the week or a couple days. But this, I remember I had completely forgotten about the audition.
Yeah.
I run a film production company, and I was in the middle of a shoot. We were on lunch.
Humble brag, but okay.
Yes. Sorry. We were in West Loop having lunch, and all of a sudden my agent texted like, hey, are you still interested? Because you're on the list for this, which means like you're down to the last couple. And I was like interested. I had to look through it again. I goes, I don't even remember this.
I'm on the list.
I saw Halle Berry, Chris Hemsworth. At the time, I think Pedro Pascal was actually
I saw that
on there too. Mark Ruffalo, and I was like, "Yes, I'm still fucking interested in this." And so I said, "Yep, you know it!" Exclamation mark, thumbs up, smiley face. And then by the time we paid the bill for lunch, I had booked the part. So it was just 1 tape. 4 months later, and then
wait, so there wasn't even a callback?
Not even a callback. And Bart Layton, who's the director, there's 3 or 4 parts that he cast just from tape. And I remember him saying when we wrapped, he was like, I was quite anxious because, it's a $120 million movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, I cast some people I'd never worked with from tape. And he was like, I'm just really glad this worked out. And he was really appreciative to me and the other actors that didn't fuck it up. Who he had cast.
Yeah. It's good when you don't fuck it up.
Yeah. Especially when you're acting with Halle Berry,
Yeah.
It's
you
just
really
a little nerve-wracking.
Fuck that up. What was your first encounter with Halle Berry?
Okay, so I've had a good couple years, in the acting world. You all know it ebbs and flows. But at this point, I don't think I had been on set for 8 or 9 months, and so my first scene is going to be with Halle Berry, and I'm just like, okay, I don't really geek out about stars. I think there's a handful of people I really would kind of lose my nerve around.
Sure,
but I was like, this is Halle fucking Berry, and my first scene was just me and her in her office. If you've seen the movie, I pop in and I kind of wind her up a little bit. And I was on set waiting, and I'm just waiting to meet Halle Berry, and then
wait, was there not even like a table read?
There was no table read. I just did the red carpet, and they were like, so, it was actually really funny because, MGM's publicists come out and like they help you work the red carpet, and there's like 40 or 50 photographers that are like vultures. They're all like stocked on each other, and they're on top of each other, and they're like, Patrick, look here. They're waiting for Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry, but they have to take pictures of me in the meantime. And so I start to work the red carpet. I have not done a film this big in my career. Yeah. So I'm just like going to go smile. I picked a couple faces I'm going to try to make to not look stupid. And they're going, Paul, look right here. Paul, no, Paul over here. And I'm like, they so have my name wrong. So there's like Getty images of me, videos of me being like, it's Patrick. But I don't want to ruin the picture. But they asked me the red carpet, you do different interviews. And someone was like, so what did you think when you read the script? I hadn't read the script. I had read 2 scenes and then I showed up for work.
Yeah, I think a lot of people listening right now may not realize that when you are in a film, if you're like a supporting character, depending on how many scenes you have, you might not know what the rest of the film is. Like, you're not going to get to read it. So you're just going to have your scenes.
Yeah.
And you just have to make some choices and hope that they feel right with
exactly.
the movie.
The amount of information you actually get is wild.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
No, it's actually a little messed up. I think that auditioning for film and TV, when you audition for theater, you go into a room and you're reading with an actor who is a reader, and it's in real time, and you get to be physical and, use your voice.
Yeah.
And then when you're an on-camera actor, you actually have to audition in a way, work in a way in which you'll never have to do if you get the job.
Right, exactly.
It's like if Aaron Rodgers had to go try out for the Green Bay Packers but throw basketballs instead of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a terrible analogy. And I hope you cut that. I hope you cut
Also,
that.
sports are not our strong suit.
Okay, so that's not going to make it anyway.
No, we're keeping it all in. Okay, so walk me back.
Yeah.
You're on set. It's your first day. You're waiting for Halle Berry.
I'm sitting there eating snacks, trying to keep my cool, and
Obviously.
the elevator opens, and Halle Berry floats out like an angel. And first
my God.
off, you can't believe how beautiful she is. I mean, she's stunning.
Absolutely.
And the director was like, "Here, Pat, come meet Halle." And I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I remember kind of floating outside myself, being like, "That's Halle Berry, and you're about to do a scene with her." And I know I was talking English to her, and we were interacting, but for the first couple of minutes, I was just like, "That's Halle Berry." And,
Yeah.
But she literally is the nicest human being
She
and I'm
seems
not just
like
saying
it.
that, like, maybe because she's Halle Berry, she's an Academy Award winner. I was like, let's really see how nice and how great she is.
Sure.
But there was so many moments. Short story
Please
about
tell.
Halle being the nicest. I always say her name wrong. It's Halle. I always say Halle. I gotta stop that.
I was going to ask because I was saying
It's
Halle
Halle.
and you said Holly, and I was like, well, you've worked with her, so.
Halle like Callie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Marika keeps telling me to say. That's my wife. So there was another actor that was booked from tape. Her name is Crosby Fitzgerald. Great actor. She's actually has a couple shows coming out now, but this was the first movie she's ever done.
Was she Madeline or who was she?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she was Madeline. She was the redheaded actor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she just meets Halle Berry, and she watched a couple Halle Berry movies the night before. And so there's, they're setting up the shot, and the DP's, moving around the camera, and the director's kind of looking in the monitor, and it's her and Halle Berry in the elevator. And she decides this is the moment where she's going to be like, "Hey, I saw your movie last night. It was amazing." But she's kind of shy. She's a little nervous. She's like, "Hey, Halle, I saw your movie last night." And she's like, "What's that, honey?" And she's like, I saw your movie last night, and I just wanted. He's like, the DP's like, "Can you please just stay still? We're trying to size up the shot."
No.
And so she's mortified, right?
Oh
it's
my
her first
God.
movie she's ever done, and
Oh
she's
my
doing
God.
first feature film. She's doing a scene with Halle Berry, and all of a sudden she gets quiet, and she's standing there while they size up the shot, and all of a sudden she can feel Halle's hand come behind her back
Oh.
and just kind of rub her back for a couple minutes while they size up the shot, and they're like, "All right, we got what we need." She's like, "We're gonna have a great time." And she came back to actor holding, where all the actors sit.
Yeah.
You drink your soda water and coffee and wait to go act. And she was like, "She is the nicest woman I've ever met in my life." She really is. She's the sweetest. Has time for everyone.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's really lovely. So I'm curious, first off, did you fuck up your lines?
Not a one.
Wait, seriously?
Not one.
Patrick.
I'm proud of this.
That's amazing.
I was nervous to have the meet and greet. A stop and chat with Halle Berry was a lot scarier than doing a scene.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple moments where I'm like, here I am doing a scene with Halle Berry. But no, I feel like I kept my cool, and I was like, I kept it together.
That's amazing, because I had read an interview that Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Halle Berry did, where they all said that they prefer to just do one take of their scenes. And I was going to ask, how many takes did you get of your coverage?
I got 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, we did not
Okay.
just do one take. And she stayed on my coverage. Sometimes actors, they'll be
Nice,
like,
yeah.
"I'll be in my trailer." No, she was very collaborative. She hung out in between setups.
Oh,
she
that's
was getting
really
to know even the extras. Like, yeah.
I love stories like that because you don't get that a lot of times. Like, a lot of times, like, let's say the camera is just on Patrick.
Yeah.
A lot of times the actor goes to their trailer and is just like listening to music while Patrick would have to stare at a tennis ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't have anything to go off of, or you have, someone on the side, like some crew member, like feeding the lines to
I've
you.
had ADs be like, this name actor, we've done their coverage, and then they're like, "Oh, I'll be in my trailer to the next scene." And an AD's just holding up a hand. And
Yeah.
which I don't necessarily mind.
If
that actor is an asshole, I could probably work better without them in the room. But yeah, she's the best. She's the bee's knees.
That's awesome. I also wanted all of her wardrobe from the movie because every single dress that she wore
Gorgeous.
was stunning.
Beautiful.
All made just for the movie. There's not one designer in there.
So that's why I couldn't
Seriously?
find them online. I Googled.
Yeah, the costume designer I got to know pretty well. She's amazing.
Do you remember her name?
No. It's in my phone. I
know her
can
so
pull it up. I got to know her well enough to tell this story.
You can just move your
Let's
mouth.
go back
and
to
we'll
how you had
insert it.
trouble setting up.
I hate you so much.
She's awesome. I knew her well enough that I was doing a show in LA, a live theater show, and she came to see it.
Oh, nice.
But we were just at the premiere in LA, and my wife was like, "Where did you get this costume?" She was like, "All of it was made from scratch."
Wow.
Whoa.
Yep, every sweatshirt,
Even the sweatshirts?
everything.
Man, because I Googled, I really wanted those clothes. I'm like, where can I buy this? Where can I find this?
I have a
Sad.
friend who I don't know their name. You can text them.
Wow, yeah, the clothes were stunning.
Yeah, they were
That was
great.
amazing.
My suit was ugly.
No, it was. I mean,
It was like I looked like I was Guys and Dolls Gone Wrong, which I think is what they wanted. Do you know what I
I
mean?
could see that.
Yeah. They wanted me to be disgusting, and I was.
I thought nothing of your suit. I didn't really.
Maybe it was the Chris Hemsworth effect.
I could see
was,
that. I
think
I was
that's what it
shook, you know?
Yeah. You had the look of like you're about to play craps, like on the
Exactly.
street. Yeah.
So, being that you played a jerk in this movie, and
Yeah.
that seems to be what you're best at, I want to talk about the Pit.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Very proud of it.
Matt and I watched this on the couch together.
Yeah.
And we knew that it was episode 3 that was your season.
Second season, episode 3. That's right.
I don't know why I keep saying season. So we knew that it was your episode, and they had kind of set this character up. Kevin hasn't seen any of the
I'm
Pit.
so sorry.
I
will
literally
sit
tell
here
him
and
every
just-
day to go watch the Pit. And
You
he's-
should. Yeah,
I will.
It's
I will.
tremendous, and you'll cook through it. It's
It's-
fast.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
nothing you've seen. Yeah, it's really, really great.
That's the thing, because people keep saying like, "Oh, well, I'm not really into medical dramas." And I'm like, "This is different. This isn't your typical medical drama." And
No, you're probably not into medical dramas because there's never been one like this.
exactly.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
It's true chaos.
Yeah. And it's real time. Like every episode is an hour of the shift of that doctor's shift.
Yes.
And so, like,
That I know.
let's get into it. They had kind of set this character up from the very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So there's a young girl that comes in. The doctors think that maybe she is the victim of abuse, and her father's girlfriend is the one who brings her in. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, when is Patrick gonna be on? Like, what's his character gonna be? And Matt just looks at me, he goes, I bet he's the father.
Yep.
And I was like, oh. And then, like, literally you come onto the screen. It was wild because we're sitting there watching it, and I turned to Matt and I said, he's such an asshole. And Matt goes, I know, he's really good.
That's funny.
And so I've known Patrick for a while. Matt's known Patrick for a long time. So we know that you are a very charming and kind and funny human being.
Thank you.
But you do play asshole so well.
You know what? I appreciate that compliment. It means a lot to me, more than you know, actually. Like I said, my mom hates it because whenever I get cast in something, I'm like, oh, I'm going to LA to shoot this. She's like, are you playing a bad boy? Are you playing a good guy or a bad guy? And I'm like, bad guy. She's like, okay, do you die? Those are always her two questions because I'm normally a bad guy, and 60% of the time I get killed.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I think maybe because, I mean, we spend most of our lives trying to be polite and nice, and maybe there's some kind of freedom. Like, if I get a breakdown that's like, this is Jack, he's 35 to 45, perfect smile, the ladies love him, and the guys want to be him. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's
You know?
boring.
But I'm like, oh, this guy's a terrible person. I can just not worry about
It's
trying
more
to be.
fun.
It's more fun.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun to watch you. I wanted more of your character. I was really, first off, I thought you were in 2 episodes. And so in my mind, I was like, well, that can't be the end of the story. Like, what's going to happen? And I want to know I want to know what's up with Benny.
You know what? So I auditioned for the pilot, and then I had a screen test for it,
Okay.
for Dr. Langdon,
Oh,
which is the younger doc. Okay? And it was down to the 2 of us.
shut
And
up.
he got it. So I walk on set, and first off, after I read that script, I was like, oh, this is really good. I can't wait to watch it. When it came out, I didn't get the part, but I still watched it. I was like,
Yeah.
this show was awesome.
Yeah.
So I was a fan of the show before I was on it, which is pretty rare, right?
Yeah.
And I get on set, and Noah comes up to me. He's like, oh, Patrick, we're so glad we finally found something for you. He's like, if I'm
Oh.
super honest, I cannot tell you how close you were to getting the part of Langdon.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, thank you.
Were you glad he told you that, or were you
No,
just like,
I don't. I
don't
can't
tell
just say he's
me
the
that?
nicest guy. Honestly, it's amazing to watch him work because he's producing and directing
Yeah,
and starring.
he's doing everything.
He's tremendous, and he's the nicest guy. And I'm not just saying that because we talked about Halle Berry and Noah. They actually are the nicest. It makes sense why they're so successful. But yeah, I was a little like, oh, my heart hurt.
Yeah.
I'll take this episode and I'll run with it. I had a great time.
Yeah, I hope Benny comes back.
I highly doubt that, but I hope so too. I hope the third season is just a Benny spinoff, you know?
It should be.
Yeah, let's follow that
let's
asshole
go for
home.
it. Write some letters. Let's do it. Yeah, everyone on that show, because I would imagine it's a very different experience shooting a show like that, that is so fast-paced, so chaotic. You've got cameras weaving in and out, as opposed to like a film, which is, you know, it's going to be stationary. It's going to be more like, all right, you walk into the room, blah, blah, blah. All right, setting up, turn around, let's, you know. It's
like going into a trench because, first off, a lot of times in film and TV, you know, the gaffers have to set lights a certain way. And then when you turn around on the other actor, the other side of the room, it takes 45 minutes and you go take a break. But the lights are actually baked into the set.
They would have to be, I assume.
So, you know, you rehearse. That first scene where I come in is like, it's like a 9-page scene. We go all over the hospital. Yeah. I'm screaming at everybody. Security comes in. 12 different cast members come in and out. And so we rehearsed the hell out of it. And I think we did probably like 30 to 35 takes of the whole scene all the way through. And then we did pickup shots.
30 to 35 takes?
Well, because it goes to 4 or 5 different rooms on the floor, right? But you rehearse it, but you don't rehearse it with extras. And so once they call action, you know, the amount of extras that flew by my face and other actors compared to what was happening in the rehearsal, there was like 200 people it was like the most crazy natural choreography I've ever seen. Whoever does the extra choreography on that show deserves an Emmy because they do incredible work.
I can't fathom that. So not even one rehearsal where you know where people are.
None. Which is great because then I'm really reacting, right?
Then it's like real.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's such a fun show to watch because if you know anything about like camera setups or the way sets run, you know how choreographed and complicated and just like to a T that has to be. Did you fuck up any of your lines on it?
No.
Look at you.
I feel like I'm being cocky saying it, but no, I didn't.
Like, no, perfect
no, I
first
didn't.
time.
No, I think what was so cool about that show was that everyone knew something special was happening.
Yeah.
Right? It was the week that they won the Emmy.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I've done shows where, I mean, it's like the 10th season or 27th season, and the guy holding the boom mic just can't wait for the scene to be over. But every single person has a huge amount of buy-in. It's like the best of the best. And just everyone wants to be right where they are. There's nowhere else they'd rather be. And that's the first time in a TV show where I've ever felt everybody had that kind of buy-in.
Yeah, I was going to say that's kind of rare, I think.
Super rare. And I'm not surprised it's as good as it is.
Do you think that's because like that everyone feels so invested because it is such an ensemble and because it is so chaotic and you do like everyone has to be on? Because if one person fucks up their lines, you don't want to be the person that goes up.
No, and also, I mean, when you get lucky enough in this business to all of a sudden, you know, the thing that you're putting your time and energy in the arts is also being appreciated by tens of millions of people and getting awards and nominations. I mean, and you get to do what you love. You never take that for granted. And you can feel that on the set. Like, Noah Wyle has done a lot of television, a lot of film, and he is so present and so invested. And the whole cast is.
That's awesome. And Catherine Lanassa, I'm obsessed with her.
Oh my God, come on.
Okay, so Seinfeld comes on at like 10 o'clock at night. And so that's usually my wind down show. Hasn't aged well, but it's like what I watched like right before bed. And she was on the other night playing some young cop. And I think like Jerry didn't want to admit that he watches Melrose Place or something. And she's like, I could give you a polygraph. And it was just like so fun to watch her.
She's been around.
Yeah, she has. She's so good. She's so good.
And you could tell she's loving this. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it. Yeah. And then the episode that we just watched, I guess it was the recent one that came on this past Thursday.
Seinfeld?
The Pitt. Where she plays the SANE, the SANE, sexual assault nurse examiner, and they'll do the rape kits. And I did not know, like Matt and I were sitting there and we were like, oh wait, this is what a sexual assault kit is? Had no idea. I feel like I learned a lot on that show.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was, you were holding your breath the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like heart-wrenching. She actually used to be a dancer. She was a ballerina.
I think I read that or heard that. That's awesome.
I just want to say I will be watching The Pitt tonight.
Let's go.
I know you all had that conversation and I was sitting here like, I don't know what's going on, but I love it. I will watch it.
Betty approves.
I love it.
There you go. A new viewer.
But you do have to start from the very beginning.
I will start from the very beginning.
You can't just like start in the middle of
Kate,
someone's
I
shift.
am
You
not
think
the
he's
person.
a psychopath? He's not going to
No.
start at the
I'm not like
sixth
your
episode.
desktop. I'm gonna.
Oh, let's see. I wasn't going to bring it up. Wow.
Listen,
That is a
I'm sorry.
deep cut.
I'm sorry, Kate. I love you.
Well, we're talking about it now.
I have a lot of files. I have a lot going on.
You do. You clearly.
No, Matt, like, he cannot walk by me when I'm on my computer because he's like, I can't look at that. There's just a lot going on my desktop. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
So, as most good film and TV actors, they get their start on stage, and that is you. So I was hoping that you could go a little bit into your stage background, maybe your training. Tell us a little something.
Sure. Yeah. Theater is definitely my first love. I left high school. I grew up in Joliet, Illinois. I left high school for my senior year and I went to Interlochen Arts Academy
Yeah.
in Northern Michigan. Life-changing experience. And after that, I went and trained. I got my bachelor's in acting at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, which is now called the Royal Conservatory of Scotland in Glasgow, Scotland. Spent 5.5 years there. And everyone's like, oh, well, why did you want to go to school in Scotland? I was huge into Shakespeare, into the classics, and I thought nowhere did him better than the UK. So I trained there. I was a series regular in a BBC show for a couple seasons right out of school, BBC Scotland show.
Were you an asshole in it?
Yes.
Were you really?
Yeah, they wrote it. And the funny part is they wrote the part for me. They saw me in a show in school. I got really lucky. And they wrote a part for a hot-tempered chef from Chicago named Liam McNulty. So it was me and then a bunch of like Glaswegian actors. Have you ever heard a Glaswegian accent?
No.
So like in Glasgow, they speak like that. So like, hey, Kate, lovely. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. Oh, this is a lovely office. Nice to meet you.
Dead on.
Yeah, it's
Dead
like
on.
a really particular accent. So
I actually
it was
have
me.
been to Scotland, so I guess I have heard the accent.
How could you forget it?
But with you doing it, like, it just puts a whole new...
They will absolutely cancel me if they saw me do a Scottish accent. If any Scotsman saw that, they're going to be like, that's shite.
We just lost all of our Scottish viewers.
If you have any Scottish
Thanks a
viewers,
lot.
I'll apologize now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And they're gone.
Bye.
So yeah, I did some TV there for a while, and then I did some theater with the National, and I did a show at kind of a series of shows at the Globe, and then like you, my visa ran up. I also was still doing the show with the BBC, and it was my first TV show, so I'm like, I want to know what people are saying about my character and this and that. And I had lived in Scotland for almost 5 years at this point, and they speak how I just butcher the accent, and I speak like I do now. But I started to get their kind of tilt, you know?
Yeah.
And so I read the message board, and someone said, someone needs to tell this crap Irish actor that his American accent sucks. And I was like, what?
Like, wait,
I mean, the show is not wildly respected. It's called River City, and it's 2 episodes a week, so it's kind of Scotland's version of soap opera.
Sure.
And I also knew it was time to leave the show and I loved everyone who I worked on the show with, but it's a lot of grandmas in Scotland watch the show.
Okay.
And I was on a train, and like a 6 or 7 year old, like little Glaswegian dude's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, oh, his mom must watch the show, or his grandma watched the show, and he recognized me. And my character's name was Liam. And he goes, hey, mate, are you Liam from River City? And I was like, yeah, I am, buddy. And he's like, your show's shite. And he gives me the finger. And I was like, I just had my career fucking doused by a 7-year-old. Time to leave this one.
Amazing.
And I don't even sound like I'm from Chicago anymore. So I came back to America, understudied at the Goodman, met my wife there, then did a show at Timeline Theater where you both worked.
Yeah, that's where we met.
That's where we met.
Oh, that's where you fell in love.
Reaching for each other.
Yeah, I love that you're trying to reach, but not really that
It
hard.
feels like Tara Lipinski and Johnny Ware, their relationship.
Yeah, did a show at Timeline, and then I got picked up to do my first equity show, which was the first national tour that opened in Chicago of Billy Elliot the Musical. And
Where you play...
I play his asshole older brother, Tony. Yeah. So I did that in Chicago for a year. I did it in Toronto for 6 months, and then they brought me to the Broadway show for the last year.
I seem to recall a story that you told Matt and I a while ago over pizza.
So there was a woman in the cast of Billy Elliot. Her name was Cindy, and she was a wild hippie. This is maybe 60, 65 years old, and she was a hoot. But this is when alkaline water just became a thing.
Okay.
And so, do you remember when alkaline water became a thing and people were buying these things for the faucet where it would make
like
your...
the little like strips?
Yeah, no, it was like a little device you would put on your sink, and then you could choose how heavy or how intense you want the alkaline
yeah.
to be. And everyone was saying, cancer can't grow in an alkaline environment. This is really good for you. It hydrates you. We're all doing 8 shows a week. I was like, sign me up. For $20, she would bring you the right kind of water and then up the alkaline as time went on. And so it's a 2-show Saturday. Me and my wife go for some brunch here on the north side at a place, rest in peace, Bacon and Eggs.
Bacon and eggs. Oh my
so
God.
good, right?
You just hit me in my feels.
So my wife drops me off at the train. I'm getting the train downtown to do 2-show day. And I go to fart on the train platform and poop comes out. I had the chilaquiles. And so I'm like, oh shit, literally. So I leave the train platform. I go to Potbelly's, clean up the mess, and go to the theater. I need to go right to the bathroom, but Fight Call is at 45 minutes before the show. So everyone's looking for me. I'm having a time in the bathroom. And my friend Jim comes in and he's washing his hands. He's like, honey, don't you need to get up for Fight Call? I was like, I know, I'm having a bit of, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I shat my pants on the train and I'm just going through it right now. Tell him I'll be up when I'm ready. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I was like, okay. And so I finish in the bathroom and I go upstairs to Fight Call. And we have to do a fight call between me, the guy who's playing the dad, and the kid who plays Billy. And we're about to start the fight call, and the kid, Caesar, who's playing Billy Elliot, comes up to me and he goes, I heard you shat your pants on the train. And I was like, what? No, I didn't. Who told you that? And he's like, Jim. And everyone at this point is looking at me, and they're all, so Jim has told everybody. I'm like, Jim, what the fuck? And he's like, you didn't tell me not to tell anybody.
Oh my God.
Anyway, everyone knows I've shat my pants. And at the very beginning of the show, there's an opening number where we're all in like the town hall, and people are trickling in as we're singing the song. And we're waiting to hear if we're going to go on strike or not, because it's Maggie Thatcher's Britain, and fuck her, and we're gonna picket, and we're all minors, and we're gonna And everybody who comes in, I'm one of the first characters that comes in. I'm like, have we heard yet? No, we're still waiting. Okay, we're waiting. We're singing the song. Every cast member changes their choreography and comes and gives me a square of toilet paper, one after the other, after the other. After the other, every kid, every woman, every single cast member. So I've got like 37 pieces of toilet paper I stuff in my jacket. And then I give the jacket to a stage manager, and I'm going to see it a couple scenes later. This next scene is called the Hammer scene. I'm going to go out. The strike is happening. I'm going to go to the picket line. My dad does not want me to go. It's a very dark scene. It's very serious. We end up squaring up to each other, and I bring up, that he's a terrible dad, and he's been terrible since our mom died, and he throws me to the ground. And when he throws me to the ground, every single piece of toilet paper goes all over the place. And the whole scene is just me picking up this toilet paper that is just a reminder that I shat myself on the train. And I get to my dressing room after that scene, and Cindy runs in. She goes, Pat, honey, did you drink the water? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I put it too high. That was meant for someone else. And I was like, you think?
Oh, no.
I shat myself. Cindy, if you're listening, still don't forgive you.
Cindy the hippie. What did you do?
Cindy the hippie.
Oh, no.
Just drink your alkaline water slow, folks.
That is actually, oddly, a great segue into this case that I'm going to talk about.
I can't wait to hear how this works.
So the person that is one of the people at the center of this case probably wishes that he had just shat his pants as opposed to stopping at a rest stop, because when he did, he unwittingly became part of the largest jewel heist in U.S. history. Have you heard about this?
No.
All right. So this is just like a little mini case because I thought it'd be fun to tie in with
love
Crime
it.
101 and also shitting your pants. So it's a real
Thank
case.
you. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you.
It happened pretty recently in 2022. In July of that year, there was a big jewelry show in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's where jewelers from all over the world, because it's like this is an international show. So all of these jewelers from all over would showcase their wares to potential sellers who would, buy their stuff and sell it in their stores. And from the show in the Bay Area, a lot of those jewelers were going to be going straight to a show in Pasadena, which is about 6 hours south of the Bay Area. So because the value of the jewels that they were exhibiting was so high, they didn't want to transport their emeralds and diamonds in their own cars. They were like, I don't want this on my person. So many of them contracted Brinks, the Brinks company.
Yeah.
They're known for their bulletproof armored vehicles.
The vehicles.
They transport a lot of high-end stuff. So for this particular transport, Brinks didn't use those armored vehicles because there were so many bags of jewelry that they weren't going to fit on one. So they just got a big semi instead and just like threw everything on this big semi.
Mistake.
So 2 Brinks guards, James Beatty and Tandy Motley, which does not sound like a real name, were the ones driving this truck to Pasadena. And before the truck left, Beatty got into the back of the cab to sleep because by law, he was required to rest for 10 hours before he could drive again. So Motley was the one driving the truck to Pasadena. After driving for about 5 straight hours, he decides, I think I need to pull over. So he stops at a Flying J travel center, like gas station, in Lebec, which is like an hour north of LA. He said he went inside to eat, but I think he also had to do some pooping.
Yeah.
He was inside for 27 minutes.
Yeah, he was definitely shit.
For sure. And Beatty was still asleep in the truck. During that 27 minutes, a group of criminals removed the plastic seal and cut the single padlock, which were the only 2 things securing the trailer of that semi. So they removed these things. No one was actually guarding the truck, which was carrying more than $100 million worth of jewels. When Motley came back outside, he saw that the plastic seal was broken and lying on the ground and that the padlock had been cut, but said, other than that, there was nothing unusual.
Sure.
He's just like, those security mechanisms are out of place, but it seems
That's fine.
So he wakes up Beatty, who is still sleeping. I'm sure he was. I didn't mean to put that in air quotes, but it is suspicious.
Sleeping.
He was sleeping.
Sleeping.
And he's like, hey, I think we should check out the trailer. So they go and open it, and they counted 24 bags of jewels missing, which totaled more than $100 million. And each of these bags was 70 to 100 pounds. So that takes some work.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like the bags that are right there as you open the door. They climbed onto the truck, leapfrogged over a bunch of bags, and took the ones that were at the very end, which just so happened to be the highest value.
The most valuable.
Yeah. But Beatty had been asleep through it all, apparently.
That's crazy. You'd think you'd hear like giant bags of jewels
And,
being
like-
moved
And
across.
this all happened in the 27 minutes when the guy was in the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an expensive shit.
Yeah.
Very.
Big old poop. So the 2 of them,
That's the one you put in air quotes. Yeah.
Big old poop.
the 2 of them, they contact the authorities. They call Brinks. They're like, hey, people just stole like a shit ton of stuff from the truck. When the police arrived, they gave conflicting statements, which, ruh-roh. So Motley said that they left the Bay Area at midnight. But he got into the gas station at 2:00 in the morning, which means he was going like 150 miles per hour straight. So not easy to do.
Not happening.
And then he was like, you know what? Wait, I think actually we left at 8:25 p.m. Yeah, that sounds right, which would track. That would make more sense.
Sure.
But I don't know where he came up with midnight. Beatty said that he got into the sleeper of the cab around 3:30 in the afternoon. The truck pulled into the gas station at like 2 a.m. Motley comes out at 2:30. So that's 11 hours of sleeping, which A, how are you sleeping for 11 hours? B, that's more than the required 10.
Listen, don't judge how long someone can sleep.
What's the longest you've ever slept?
Probably 11.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you took offense to that. You got to watch that,
I
kid.
know,
You know what I mean?
Come
know.
on.
You know, the length of sleep, some personal
It
stuff.
is
I
not-
think that's fine.
Thank you.
It's not that it's not fine, but when
full
you're
of shit.
a security guard,
Not good.
No, that's bad.
That's why you wanted to
I'm
work
not
security.
A
You wanted to. I know that was my
I
first
did.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually went to school for that
that's one of the
before I
reasons
did
you're not
theater.
security.
Yeah.
Yeah, and security guarding.
And then Motley was like, yeah, I guess I could have woken him up to, guard the truck.
You
That
think?
is our actual job. But neither of them have been charged with anything. I will say, they have not been found guilty of anything. But it's a little
It's weird. I was
It
going to
sucks.
ask you, it sounds to me like one of them might have, because he's in the toilet for like 30 minutes exactly while this truck gets robbed.
It's weird because that's a lot of bags to take out for one. They also parked, Motley, I should say parked because he was the one driving, in a dark corner of the gas station where
Come on.
no security cameras
Yeah.
were pointed.
They're at it. Something's up.
I mean,
Did
we're
they ever
not-
find? Did they ever find
So
out?
they arrested 7 guys,
They were arresting everybody.
but not the drivers. Although there is speculation that it's an inside job.
Yeah.
Because how do you know where that truck is going? How do you know how long that person's going to be inside the gas station.
Yeah.
They were followed, most likely. It's just what
Followed from the Bay Area, though?
Yes. That's what's weird. Is like, okay, so you follow them for 5 hours, but these guys who were arrested, they were career criminals. They had done some other stuff. So I could see they knew how much value those bags had. But how do they know to go to the ones in the back, not the ones in the front?
That are the most valuable. And also, how did they get laxatives to Motley? Or sleeping pills to the other guy?
I mean, I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions, Kevin.
Yeah,
I have a lot of questions.
Do you think you guys do so much work around, this podcast and, investigating the crimes and all that? Do you think that you'd be good detectives?
I think I'm a great armchair detective.
Well, we have Hunt a Killer that we've always tried.
What?
It's this subscription. Is it a subscription service or
It is. Ours is like a one and done.
one-time
because it was
thing.
like a Black Friday special.
Yeah, so they send you a case and they send you evidence. And it's all in this box, and you
Fun.
open it up like one envelope at a time, and you have to go through everything.
Have you done it together?
We've tried.
We started the first box, and then we got busy, and then a year went by.
See, this is why when we get detectives,
See,
I mean,
that's the
what
thing.
if the cast, if the case went out longer than a year, you're like, oh, it's just
I'm
do it.
busy.
Well,
I
and
can't-
we've also tried to do it like after recording a whole day, and so then we're just looking at the evidence and then looking at each other like,
and we're like, should
"Well,
we
I
just
don't
do this
know."
next weekend instead? So yeah, we do need to get back into that.
We do.
But in reality, no, I would be a terrible detective. Like, who am I kidding? That's why I'm not one. But I think I'm really good at finding things online, like finding articles and finding like, oh, that person changed their name. In
If you have any
2021.
trail out there that's online, you're gonna find it.
I will find it.
That's a skill. That's dangerous
Yeah.
stuff right
I
there.
like my
Yeah.
research. I
Mhm.
really do.
I don't know. After watching like 6 seasons of SVU like in a row in
You
the
really-
last
you
3
are
months,
into it, huh?
I don't know.
You
I
think,
think
you're...
I don't know. I think I could do it.
I like that that's your training. Well, I watched
Six
those
seasons of SVU.
Hey, listen.
It's not bad. It's not bad training. Like, we all get our start somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how the cops found these 7 to arrest?
I
Yes.
need to know. Yeah.
Oh, this is wild. So they all had burner phones to communicate during this heist. One of them, the day before the heist, was a witness to a car accident. So when the police came, he gave a statement and he gave the cops the number to his burner phone.
What a fool.
So when they pinged all the towers, because it's clear what route this truck took, it's all down the 5. When they pinged the towers, they were like, well, we've got that number right here. That guy just gave it to us yesterday.
Oh, what an idiot. I think I'd do something stupid like that,
When we were asking, like, how would we do the perfect crime?
Yeah,
'Cause
we were
I
talking
can't-
about that before this.
I was
but
going to
yeah.
say, I'm not sure that was on the recording, but, like, I feel like I probably would think that I had crossed every T and dotted every I, but it's going to be some stupid piece of shit that gets me, like a wrapper of a piece of gum that I had or
Totally.
something.
An
I-
empty can of Le Cologne mocha lattes.
No, I don't even start because if a La Cologne mocha latte is my downfall, I will be the saddest person. They are literally what keep me alive.
I know. But that
already
would be the
can't-
downfall.
I already can't wait to play the idiot who gives the burner phone number in the movie. He's a bad guy. He's an idiot. I'm in.
Oh, I know who to cast for
That's
this.
exactly it.
Patrick Mulvey.
I think you'd be a better detective than you think.
I mean, research-wise, I'm on it.
Yeah, you're a crime dramaturg. Is what
I
you're saying.
am.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I am.
Got you.
I would love that.
So, like in NCIS, you're the character that they call when they're out in the field, and then you're like,
I'm like,
yeah, you got the glasses on, and you're like, what are you looking for, boss? Yeah, got you. Right here, save the day.
Yep, there he
Yeah,
is.
that's who you are.
I'm sending this to you right now.
Yeah.
No, I think I would own that.
Yeah, you'd kill that.
Thank you. So this case hasn't gone to trial yet, but just last month, one of the main guys involved was deported by ICE without the prosecution being notified.
Oh shit!
So, like, it's all a mess. It's all a mess.
Yikes! And when did this happen again?
The actual crime happened in 2022.
2022.
But
okay.
it is the largest jewel heist in U.S. history.
Holy
In
shit.
U.S. history?
Yeah.
Oh my
because
goodness.
of the value of what was stolen.
Do you know what? When it comes to criminals, how I know I just couldn't pull it off is how do you go to sleep after that? You know, you've stolen what tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. You know someone's looking for it. Like you said, I know that there'd be one aspect of it that I just forgot to cover my tracks. I mean, I have a hard time sleeping. I'm an actor for a living. Like if I was a
Yeah.
criminal, I would just never sleep.
2 of the guys stored the jewels in their homes.
Oh my
So when
goodness.
police got search warrants, they're like, oh, here's some stuff right here. It wasn't everything. Like, they haven't recovered everything. But, like, I feel like I would at least know not to store the jewels in my home.
Yeah, let's put these somewhere else.
I don't know. I'd probably wear they'd come over and I'd have like all these necklaces.
You'd
and
fall
rings
asleep.
on, and I'd be
You'd
like,
fall asleep for 11 hours.
just with all the jewels on.
Oh, this motherfucker! Look at him.
So soundly.
Oh, what?
Have you had any brush with crime?
Oh my goodness! Of course I have.
Oh, do tell.
I mean, I don't know.
Did you commit a crime?
I'm sure I have. Yeah. I'm sure I have. Maybe that's why I don't sleep well. I think an interesting brush with the law that I could talk about is so I grew up epileptic. I had benign Orlandic epilepsy from the time I was in 4th grade till I was 21. So when I was in college in Scotland, I couldn't drink, and all of my friends, I mean, it's a huge drinking culture in Scotland. So I was sober for my first 2 years. In my 3rd year, I got tested. I got an EEG, and my neurologist of 20 years was like, "You're good.
Okay.
You can have a drink."
Uh-oh.
So I go to college, and I'm like, it's Monday night. I'm like, okay, guys, we're getting fucked up. Where are we going? So we go to every bar on Sucky Hall Street in Glasgow. We go because it's pound drinks on Monday night. So I tried it all. I tried the red wine and white wine, the shots, the lager, the sours.
Tell me again how long it had been before you'd had a drink prior to that?
I had never drank.
So
I had
you went
never
hard.
drank.
Okay.
I went hard. I'm at the point where I'm like getting one eye focus. You know, I'm starting to feel it, right?
Oh, shit.
And so the bar closes. We're all fucked up. And I'm like, shit, guys, like, what would we do now? And my buddy Andy goes, I'll tell you what we do, mate. We're going to moon the noodle bar. And I was like, what? And there was like a noodle bar next door where you would go and get food. And he's like, we're going to moon the noodle bar, mate. I was like, okay. So we go, we pull down our pants, and we put our ass against the storefront of this noodle bar. And 3 dudes are eating, and they look to the right, and they see our asses, and they don't talk or say anything. They drop their fork and knife. The 3 of them stand up. They come outside. One pulls a knife and puts it to my neck.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, oh, shit, I'm so sorry. I'm just drinking. I'm epileptic. I have never had to drink in the first time.
That
And everyone's like,
escalated
okay,
so
okay.
fast.
And so the one guy's got his knife to my neck, and the other 2 are kind of like squaring up to my other friends. And my girlfriend at the time was Liverpudlian. And
say that again. I like that word.
Liverpudlian?
I love it.
So she's Liverpudlians have a very specific accent. So she was always like, all right, lads. He's a Yankee. He's just drunk. Like, it's his first time drinking. Just step off, lads. So she goes to the guy with the knife, and she's like, step off, lads. And he hits her in the chest. She falls down. All shit breaks loose. And all of a sudden, cops got me by the arm. And the cops got this guy by the arm. And he puts us both in the back of the cop car in Glasgow. It's like, 12 o'clock on a Monday. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I am drunk, and I did put my booty against the noodle bar, but I was just messing around. I'm epileptic, and this is my first time drinking. I go to college here. And the guy's like, shut up. And then he talks to the other guy, and the other guy won't talk. And he's like, all right, he looks at me, he's like, get out of here. And so we still party. We keep partying. And
you still party after
my girlfriend
that?
at the time, she started to feel a little pain in her chest.
Oh my God.
So I remember we stole another crime. We stole we stole a shopping cart from the grocery store, and I wheeled her home. And so we wake up the next morning, and she can't get up, and they broke her collarbone. So we're doing a police report and everything, and it turns out the people that I mooned were triads.
Oh my God.
In Glasgow, and there had been many reports of that for months leading up, and they were like, "Don't ever go back there." And I was like, "Heard, chef."
Holy shit!
And that's when I realized drinking and booties can get you in trouble.
Drinking and booties will always get you in
It got me in trouble with the first story.
It really can.
Oh my God. That is, I really did not expect you to have
The knife. I know, I saw your face.
I didn't expect any of that, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw a carjacking by knife when I lived in LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Say more.
So I lived on, I think it was called Bloomfield. It was like Coldwater Canyon and Bloomfield, I think it was. And I'm a block from my apartment. And I just was on my way home from work or somewhere and stopped to get gas. And so I'm at the gas station. And there's a guy, like an older guy, well, older to me at that time, but he's probably like my age now. But he was like, 40s, 50s. And he's pumping gas at his truck behind me. And so I'm like doing my thing. I'm at the pump and, And then I hear this guy screaming, and he's in the next like one over. So you have the whatever they are where the gas comes out in between us.
Yeah.
And I just hear the guy going, he's got a knife, he's got a knife. And it happened so fast. And the person just drove away. So the guy who was carjacked runs inside. And I turned to the guy behind me. I was like, do we need to like report that? Like, what do we do? And I'm like, 23, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You're not a detective yet.
Not yet. And that took years.
Yeah.
And so the guy was like, no, he's got it. Like, he's reporting it inside. Like, we couldn't even describe the person, which I couldn't. Like, I couldn't describe even, I know it was a white car. That's really all that like stuck with me.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the guy himself. I just like, I saw him with, I don't even know if I saw him with a knife or if the guy yelling was just like, he's got a knife.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're like second guess what you saw. And,
So I was like, okay. So then I just keep pumping gas.
You don't even stop pumping gas?
I'm like, it's like a Tuesday. I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna get my gas. And then the guy behind me starts chatting me up. And he's like, oh, are you like an actor? Blah, blah, blah. And like back then, that's what I was doing. And so he's like, oh, you know what? Do you have an agent? And then it became one of those conversations. And he was
So
like,
LA.
he was like, one of my good friends, he's with, he names this like very big agency. And he's like, if you want, I can like give you his card or whatever. And I said, you know what? I think I'm good. Because this guy just like did not have the right vibe.
This is not how it happens.
So I got in my car and I start to pull out. He gets in his truck and he's behind me. And I didn't want him to see me turn down my street because I'm literally a block from my apartment. So I keep driving and he's behind me. And I'm like, well, I'll just turn right at, this street up here. And then he turned right. And I'm like, fuck, is this guy following me? And so then I keep going and I'm like, well, I'm going to like do a little loop-de-loop. I'll do something like really strange that is not, I'll lose him. But he followed me. And I was like, well, clearly he's following me because I'm not going anywhere that makes sense. Like I'm doing all these crazy turns.
Yeah, it's not a pattern that gets you to the grocery store.
Exactly. Yeah. And so then I called my boyfriend at the time and I was like, hey, there's a guy in a truck and he's following me and like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, just come here. And I was like, no, I don't want him to know where I live.
Yeah.
And so I just kept driving around until finally I saw him turn off.
How long?
It was a while.
Like a half hour?
Yeah, probably.
That's insane.
It was so scary. And then afterwards, I was like, wait, was that all a setup? Like the carjacking, because then I'm like second guessing. I was like, what did he like?
You never saw the knife, someone screaming.
It's like, what? But I mean, that would be wild for two people to be in on that. And
isn't it all wild? Like, isn't that how it happens?
You know what? You're right. Crime is wild. It's really
fucking insane.
Have you ever committed a crime or been witness to a crime?
Ooh. When I was in kindergarten.
Oh, this is already salacious.
It's awful. I killed a guy. No, I'm kidding.
With my crayons.
No, I stole a little peach magnet from my kindergarten, and my mom came to pick me up, and we were on the way home, and I was like, look what I have, and she's like, where the fuck did you get that? And so she drove me back to the kindergarten and made me like give it back to the teachers and explain like I shouldn't have done this, all through tears. It was terrible. Learn my lesson. Don't steal. Secondly, I don't know if this is this is a different thing, but
it's a whole rap sheet.
Right. I'm just going to tell you everything.
Just get it all out
Come
now.
on.
I was driving. There was a bicyclist. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine?
But here's the thing.
I confessed
Patrick,
to like.
Here's the thing. Kevin, I've driven with Kevin. I've been a passenger in his car and is one of the most terrifying
He's a dangerous
experiences
man.
a person could
That's
have.
scary.
Do you know that you're a scary driver?
A scary driver. It's how I talk to other people, or like I get road rage.
Oh, you get road
easily.
rage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more to it than that.
But what's the second one?
Oh, the second one when I was in London.
Kindergarten thief.
London. I was really, really drunk one night, like really drunk. I think because I'd always get invited to the cast parties from the Donmar, and so they'd free wine. Just keep the wine flowing, till it's like brown out, blackout, come back to life.
Yeah.
And I kind of came back to life in a cab.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, great. Well, I'm on my way home. Like, this is exciting. I was like, I don't have any cash on me, so I need to stop at an ATM. So I told the driver, and I got to the ATM, and my cards wouldn't work.
Oh.
And so I couldn't get any money out. Yeah. And so I went to the driver, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. I can't get cash. Like, maybe we can. And he, like, snatched my phone from me. And he's like, you can get this back when you can get me the money.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, and he got in his car and drove off. I had
With
no
your
way
phone?
to get, yeah. I had no way to get home.
Did you
I
know
was
his
like,
cab number or something?
no, he just drove away, like sped away. And so I had to walk like an hour home after that because there were no buses running.
He stole your phone.
He stole it, yeah. But however, I got on Find My iPhone when I got back to my house, saw where it was going. I was able to like message my phone from that. I got money out finally. And then he was like, meet me at King's Cross. And so I met this guy at King's Cross and he charged me like double the cab fare.
Of course.
To get my phone back. I did file a police report, but nothing like came up from. They didn't really care.
You come
I
out
fucked
looking
up.
pretty good in this.
Yeah.
I do, but it was like a scary.
Of course,
time.
that's scary.
I will
yeah.
say there was also a time I picked up a guy at a club.
I'm here for it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
This isn't what you think it is.
you stole his crayons.
And I strangled him. No,
Wow, Kevin immediately goes to violence.
just immediate violence. No, but this was a funny story because like we were in a cab together. Cab stories. I shouldn't take cabs abroad. It never ends well. But we were in the back of the cab together. I didn't realize it, but I think he was on something like hardcore that night because he kept going from like being really quiet to being really like aggressive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so he had offered to pay for the cab. And I was like, great. And he opened his wallet and he didn't have any money in it. And so he started yelling at the cab driver. And I just said, hey, can we stop? Like, stop the car. And so I opened the door and like pushed him out of the cab and I closed it. And I said, drive. And so the cab went on. Oh my God.
You pushed him out and
I
said
pushed him
drive?
out
And then he got hit by a car.
And then
That
he died.
sucks.
No,
Okay, super honest. How hard did you push him?
not that hard.
Not that hard?
He was like already.
Yeah, he was already kind of at it.
It was just
Out
like a
of it.
little nudge.
I was kind of like,
Boom.
I'm not dealing with this.
Wow.
I don't know if those are crimes, just kind of weird shit that
Well, I mean, I
happened.
think the kindergarten one is
Clearly,
intense.
I mean,
This is intense stuff.
You were clearly at fault.
You've always been up to no good. It makes sense that, 20, 30 years later, you're pushing people out of cabs and
Exactly.
stealing
Yeah.
rides. And,
Exactly. Running people over, just yelling in the streets.
Kate,
You do that just on a Tuesday.
Just on
have
a
you committed
regular
any
day.
crimes?
The only crime
Your laptop?
There's something
Guys.
nefarious in that.
I'm just kidding.
now I'm gonna have to like screenshot it and show listeners.
No, you're going to
like,
edit
what
the shit out of
fuck?
this. You're like, oh, watch them. There's no way that laptop is getting anything in here.
Our mouths are moving, but then Kate's voice is like, and the laptop
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah, just randomly. I'm
I think you're organized. You seem
You
sane.
look great.
Oh God. The only like crime that I really committed it's the lamest one you can have. It was underage drinking on campus. And the only reason I got caught for it and subsequently arrested was because I got sick. And so my roommate who came home, thankfully, at like 5 a.m. in the middle of my being sick, called 911.
That's good.
And so, thanks, Erin. She's on our Patreon.
Erin, you did the right thing.
Proud of you, Erin.
So because the cops had to come and the ambulance and blah, 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 and it was on campus, that's why I was arrested. And I was thumbprinted in my hospital bed and read my like whatever. But I remember that I was really funny at that moment. Like I was really on top of my game.
What, the EMTs were all LOL?
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, and I don't know, I was very talkative. I was like at that moment of my drunkenness. But the thing was, to get it off my record, I had to pay a fine. I had to write an essay, and then I had to go to a MAD meeting. And
So what's that?
Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Oh.
And I was never in a car. I was in my apartment on campus, and that was probably the worst thing because you're listening to parents' stories of their kids who were killed by drunk drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was rough. And then telling my mom, like having to call her and be like, hey, FYI, I was in the hospital, totally fine, but I was arrested as well. And my mom's just like,
but I
what?
was making some killer jokes. I said this
I
one
had
bit
those
about
guys.
the stomach pump part was so good.
I thankfully
crazy.
did not have to get my stomach
Oh, okay. I
pumped.
thought that's what they
good.
called.
No,
right?
they gave me some like pills or whatever, and that was supposed to like do whatever it needed to do. But
That's good.
yeah,
Could have gotten away with this. If you hadn't
that's-
got sick, you would have gotten away with the
that's
crime.
the thing. You have to stop right before you get sick.
It goes along to what you said earlier is you just didn't fully cover your bases.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your like ambulance tight five of like, you know, your set.
Me too.
Another time.
Oh, that is very funny.
We have a little game we want to play with you.
Okay, I'm excited.
This is it's a lightning round.
Oh, so it happens fast, and then I got to
Yeah.
come up with a good answer.
It's all about you. No pressure.
It's all about me?
Yeah, it's just questions for you.
About me?
You'll get it.
Okay.
It's not horrible.
You got them too?
Is this the paper?
Yeah.
Ah,
I wrote
love
some.
it.
I wrote
Yes.
some out. Kevin's gonna ask you too. All right.
Okay.
So I'll start. So you've worked with a lot of very famous people
Okay.
in scenes. Of them, who smelled the best?
Halle Berry.
I assumed it was
Yeah.
Halle Berry. What does she smell like?
The ocean, maybe. I don't know, like fresh air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just like, it's not intrusive or anything. Like I remember when I hugged her at the end of the scene, I was like, wow, she smells really good.
Okay. I like it. I assumed that she smelled delicious.
Who were you most intimidated by?
Oh, Halle Berry. For
Halle
sure.
Berry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gary Sinise, I did an episode of CSI, the last episode of CSI New York, and Gary Sinise, it was like one of my first episodes of TV, and I had to do a big scene with him. So I was a little intimidated at that moment, but it was okay.
I did background on a show. I don't even remember what it was now. And my whole thing was I was supposed to walk with Gary Sinise and like walk down the hallway and pretend that we were talking. And I remember I was like, oh my God, I'm standing next to Gary Sinise. Like, this is amazing. And we do a rehearsal. And then the like 80s niece or whatever
Yeah.
was on set that day and switched me out and was like,
Oh.
you know, actually my niece is going to do this. And I was like, okay.
Oh, no. I had to do a scene with him where my character eventually goes, look, hey, Lieutenant, I respect you. I got respect for you, but fuck you. Okay? That's my line to him. And then we call cut. He goes and says something to the director. The director comes over to me. She goes, hey, so Gary, you know, it's the last episode of the show ever, and he's not loving how much, how disrespectful you're saying fuck you.
Oh,
So can you just soften that a bit? I'm like, he wants me to say fuck you nice? And she's like, yeah, he's one on the call sheet. So yeah. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So fuck you?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's random.
Just fuck you and like blow
Yeah.
blow a kiss.
Kisses.
That's when you bring the quotes in. The fuck you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You. I already know the answer to this too, I think.
What?
Who is the nicest?
Yeah, you got it again.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actor would you most like to work with right now?
That you haven't already.
Did I have it already?
Mhm.
It's so bog standard, but I would love to do a scene with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a huge fan of his for so long. From like Gilbert Grape, I
Sure.
just think he's tremendous. Yeah,
He's an incredible actor for
yeah,
sure.
he really is something. Yeah,
What's been your favorite role to play? Can be TV, film, whatever. Favorite role?
it was the role in the Pit. It was just fun to be able to really kind of
Yeah.
to get into it.
Do
Do some shouting, do some
good
screaming,
role,
but also
too.
do some like fun turns at the end where
Yeah.
I didn't do everything you thought. And then I'll always be super proud of the work I did in Billy Elliot. But I did a
Yeah.
part at the Court Theater called Augie March at a
Yeah.
play called The Adventures of Augie March, and that was a beast. So I was really proud of my work in that.
Nice.
If you could swap lives, I thought that said wives for a
Sorry,
second.
my handwriting is
No.
off.
Go on.
If you could swap wives with a character you played.
This just took a turn.
Wow, Marika, don't listen
No,
to
no,
this.
sorry. No, if you could swap lives with a character you've played, who would it be?
Oh my goodness, I have no idea. Oh yeah, in the original Law and Order, I played a kind of silly part where he was the owner of a high-end furniture store. We were filming in New York, and I remember like sitting in the furniture and being like, the owner was there. I was like, so how much is like this chair? He's like, oh, that's like $250,000. I was like, what?
Huh?
I was like, how much is that table? He was like, $225. Like the furniture was so expensive that I don't really like the character that I played, but I want his money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That tracks. That makes sense.
yeah. Just want to be rich.
Yeah, exactly. Don't we all? To bring it back to the movie,
Yeah.
in Crime 101, the characters Mike and Maya, they go on a date and they're asking each other questions. And so one of the questions that Maya asks Mike, if there was a reset button to your life and you could do your life over, would you push the button?
I get to do it all again.
Or just do it over if you want to change something?
I love life, and I would love to do mine again. Even the hard parts where you learn, I don't think I would change very much. I mean, of course there's things, but I don't want to live in regret. So yeah, I would, if I could do it again and then come back here and I've just done it twice. Sure.
Do the exact same thing?
I mean, hell, I probably wouldn't put my ass against the noodle bar in Glasgow. I did not live a perfect life. I've done some stupid shit. So I'm sure there'd be some amendments. I'd definitely get the pen out for some, but I'd do a reset. Yeah.
I like that.
But I don't want to reset and like not have what I've had.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my friends and family and what the things I've gotten to do.
That is a lovely way to end this.
Is that a cheesy kind of crappy? Would you guys? Honest answer.
If I could do it, you know what? That's tough.
Cut to 5 hours later, you're like, I do this different. It's different.
I have a lot of regrets. No, I like where I am. I like the things that I've learned along the way. There are things, knowing what I know now, that if I could go back and do it differently, I'd probably do it differently.
Isn't that the thing about life is when you get older, you figure it all, at least you get closer to figuring it all out. And if you wish you had that information with the energy of a young person, you're like, I'd be a dangerous combination.
Man.
I'd have 4 Academy Awards by now if I got rid of that 15 years of bad acting on camera I was doing. What about you?
I would not. I think I'm good where I am. If I couldn't, there are circumstances I couldn't control when I was younger, and I would not want to live through them again. Having gone through, I don't mean to bring this down, but having like gone through a lot of therapy to get over that, and having a way to look back on it that makes more sense now. I don't want to live it. I don't want to live it again.
You don't have to live it again.
I don't want to live it again.
What you've gone through, what you've learned.
Yeah. And I just want to move forward. I don't want to go back.
Yeah, no,
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
So you guys are so aware of all the crimes that have ever been
All the
happening.
crimes ever.
What is the one that you just find so romantic, may not be the word, but you just find so crazy or so interesting that you can't get enough information about?
Oh, that is an
that's a
excellent
big question.
Well, there's one case that we covered early on. Oh, it might have been before your time here, Kevin, but it's a case that I feel like with the right resources, I could solve. It's still unsolved. It's the disappearance of Joe Pickler. He was an 18-year-old kid. He was an actor. He was in, I want to say it was Varsity Blues, or it might have been, I think he was the younger brother in Varsity Blues, and he was in one of the Beethoven movies. But at 18, he was invited over to a friend's house, and then after they hung out that night, he was never seen or heard from again. In my research, talking about like people that have changed names, I found a little bit of that. And I just feel like
He's there?
I don't think not that he was the one that changed the name.
Right.
Like I don't think he's alive anymore, sadly.
Right.
But I feel like there are people who could be contacted who know things. It's a case that like I think about a lot because like.
Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
Can you say it?
No.
That's cool. Just that you have an idea and it's real enough that you can't say it on this podcast.
Oh yeah. Can't get sued. No.
I'm always super obsessed with like cult stories.
Kevin loves a cult.
I love a cult. I love a
sure.
horror. I love paranormal stuff. The whole thing with Annabelle going on right now. Do you know about that?
Still going?
What
I
is
think
this?
she's back in her case in Connecticut.
I don't.
But
I actually did a like I might know,
Right.
but also I may not.
she's a haunted doll from the Warrens collection.
Didn't
Ed and
someone just
Lorraine
buy
Warren.
her house?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh my god.
The comic Matt Rife.
Yes,
Matt
Matt
Rife.
Rife.
Yeah. So he's got the museum in there. I don't know. She's been going around causing a whole shit ton of havoc.
The doll has
The
been
doll,
going
yeah,
around?
because it's haunted by a demon.
Duh.
Annabelle. It's a
Patrick,
rag
get with it.
rag. What's
Jesus.
it? Rag doll? Not a rag doll.
Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann. It's a Raggedy Ann doll, and there's a demon in her that just causes havoc wherever it goes. One of the guys who was her handler had a heart attack and died. There was a big fire on a plantation when she was in Louisiana. And, like 10 convicts escaped to prison when she came through town. So, like, all kinds of shit.
I love when you say when she came through town.
Yeah.
When she rolled up.
When she rolled up.
Yeah.
She's like, hey,
She's
bitches.
TSA pre.
You ready to fuck shit up?
No one's safe.
No. But if we're talking like real crime, I think one of the first cases I covered on Horrorwood was the Cecil Hotel.
Oh, right.
And so
What's
Elisa Lamb, it's a hotel in LA. It's under a different name right now, I believe.
It's like Stay on Main.
Stay on Main, yeah.
But I thought that was solved. Like
It still is, but it's still weird. You know what I mean? Elisa Lamb was found, she was supposed to be playing this game called the elevator game, where you go to different floors in an elevator and eventually it's supposed to lead you into a different dimension.
I remember it differently because when I watched the documentary on it, like she was bipolar and she was on medication, but she wasn't taking it at the time that she was staying at this hotel. And she had been having, like, her roommates or whoever that was rooming with her complained about her because she was
acting erratic and strange and weird.
Yeah, because she wasn't on her medication.
Right.
Well, and 100%. And that's 100% what happened.
And so, like, I remember it that she got on the elevator and, like, the footage makes it look like she's talking to someone, but she's not. It's just like she's having an episode.
Oh.
And when she's found,
she's in a water tank on the roof and she had drowned in that water tank. So she had crawled in there probably because of her mental illness and not being medicated. But then there's this whole other theory, which you can give credence to or not. It's probably not true, but a lot of people latched onto it in a weird paranormal way. And there's a lot of, it was one of those things where armchair detectives went way too far. And so then you have like this goth guy who was a metal musician who was at the hotel at the same time, and people were accusing him of doing something weird. Then you have the elevator game theory. But yeah, it's really sad and really unfortunate. But I still go back to that case and think about it, even though we pretty much know what happened. But it's wild.
So you were saying before we came up here that Marika is super into true crime?
Oh, yes, she is. I am now too. Yeah.
You
every
have to be.
night we fall asleep to Dateline or Forensic Files.
Forensic Files.
Yeah, I actually once had to
Damn.
do an ADR session, which is when you have to go and like ad lib or like voice dub something you did in an episode. But I was on vacation in Florida, and so they sent me to a studio in Naples, and there was all these, the studios put up the different folks that have worked there, and all of the episodes of Forensic Files were recorded in this booth, and I was completely geeking out about it. No, I think it's. At first, it was scary when my wife was falling asleep when someone was talking about being stabbed 27 times. I'm like, why are you falling asleep, baby? But now, yeah, like even if I'm out of town, I'm like, let's throw on a couple Datelines and fall asleep.
I will sometimes put on a true crime podcast in my like earbuds as I'm going to sleep, mainly because the women that I listen to when I'm falling asleep, they're British and their voices are like so soothing. So it's more that, I think, than the actual case. Because if I'm listening to like one of my other podcasts that are like a little bit more lively, and so I can't listen to that when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I like those British ladies.
I
we
do
could
ASMR.
do the rest.
I like the...
Yeah, we could do the rest of the episode right now.
I hate ASMR. Stop right
Do
now.
you really?
It like makes something in my skin want to rip itself out and
All of it?
flee the room. I cannot handle ASMR.
Oh, Kate, you're missing out.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the personal attention. I love when like ASMR people like they'll be like doing your makeup and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna put the blush.
I hate it
And
so
then-
much.
And then you hear the
No.
That gets me. Yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now.
I'm sorry.
So let's bring this up.
I
Patrick.
love, real quick, that you were just going to talk about murders and crimes for hours and seasons, but someone's whispering, and you're like, that's too much.
Stop it.
Too far.
That is where Kate draws the line.
Too far. Patrick, do you have any projects coming up that you could talk about?
So I have a couple movies coming out. I've got a movie starring Corbin Burnson from LA Law.
Hey.
Where I play his son. It's called Laura Louise. That'll be coming out soon.
Awesome.
And another one called What Now, which is a comedy I shot out in LA, and then one called Gaia, which should be in the festival circuits here soon.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you again for being on our show
You
today.
guys are
Yeah,
so
thank you.
fun, by the way.
You're so fun.
You're fun.
This is like a good, like lively. We're in a different room than usual.
Yeah, I also
There's
love
sunlight.
how ADD you let the conversation be. I feel like we danced around everywhere. I feel super fulfilled. Thank you for having me.
one of our comments was like, how do we listen to these two
They were like,
ADHD people?
How dare
They
these
said that?
two podcasters be able to have a show?
Right.
And that's why you read the message board, right?
Well, if you
Love
have
it.
not seen Crime 101 yet, run, don't walk to theaters right now. It's so fun. It's a good blockbuster, super good popcorn movie and it has a ton of actors in it, like ton of stars that you know. So yeah, it's a fun ride. And this has been a fun ride. So thank you so much.
Thank you all for having me.
You.
All right. Don't do heists.
Stay out of trouble.